All right, good morning. Real quick, we have two big announcements before we get started. One, the elementary fitness program starts next week on Tuesday. So if you have children between the ages of 6 and 9 and you have a spare $140 just sitting around, because we all have that, by all means, please sign up and bring your children. I'm coaching it. My kids are going to do it too. And then we have the Clean and Lean Challenge coming up. But listen careful. It starts September 7th. The kickoff meeting is the 6th, but the end of registration is the 3rd. He is not accepting any new people after September 3rd. So make sure that if you're interested in joining the Clean and Lean Challenge, you contact Joe before then, okay? So to start, we are going to have a 5-minute, as many rounds as possible. So we have heel sweeps. You have 5 each side, a total of 10. Then we move into push-ups. Listen, for push-ups, make sure hands are not directly out to the sides with your elbows at the sides, and elbows are not directly next to your body. Hands are twisting, trying to twist them in, and elbow pits forward. And when you come down for your push-up, your elbows are at a 45-degree angle. You can pick toes or on your knees. Just make sure your body is nice and flat, drawn in and tightened. You have 10 push-ups. Then roll on over. We move into hollow rocks, holding that position up high. All the movement comes from your core. 10 total. And then we've got skater jumps back and forth. Total of 20, 10 each side. The last minute, I'm going to make you move into skater jumps so that our heart rates go a little higher. Okay? So whenever you are ready, I'm going to put 5 minutes on the clock. Of course, I can't reach the clock. There we go. Whenever, yep, you can get started. Good morning, Rachel. All right, so heel sweeps. Heel sweeps, 5 each side. And then as you finish your heel sweeps into those push-ups. Good. When you finish 10 push-ups, flip on over onto your back. We've got hollow rocks, a total of 10. Core in and braced. And then as you finish those hollow rocks, stand on up. Skater jumps, total of 20, 10 each side. Go work, go work. Once you finish those skater jumps, right back to the top. We're back into heel sweeps, 5 each side. Go work, go work. We are 2 minutes in, 2 more minutes of running through, and then we have about 60 seconds of skaters. Good work, good work. About 1 more minute of running through heel sweeps, push-ups, rocks, and skaters. Good work, good work. We have about 10 seconds left, so if you can finish up whatever exercise you are currently working on, we're gonna move from here right into skaters for the next minute. So when you are ready, come on up. Just keep going, all 60 seconds. Again, we're trying to get the heart rates up. If you have a heart rate monitor at home, a MyZone monitor, we're looking at getting into the yellow or the green. Green or yellow, sorry. Good, we have about 30 seconds left, so I wanna see a little bigger and a little faster. Again, trying to get that heart rate up. Good job, about 15 seconds left. Hang in. In 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right. Okay, so next part. We're gonna be split into 2 groups. Half of us will be at the rig working on bench press with a superset, and half of us will be up front working on kettlebell cleans in a second superset. So let me explain the bench press first, okay? And if you're at home and you do not happen to have a bench or a bar, you're just gonna do the floor press instead, but the dumbbell pullover will look roughly the same. So Jess, I'm gonna steal your box, sorry. All right, so set up. Make sure for that bench press, when you go to pick up the bar, hands are just outside your shoulders, okay? You're gonna have your thumbs gripped around the bar. When you bring the bar down, just to the level of your back, and the angle, again, with your elbows. You don't want your shoulders all the way hunched up. You don't want your elbows out to the sides, and you don't want your elbows all the way down completely next to your sides. 45 degrees. Bring it down to where your sternum is and press it straight back up, okay? When you finish, you have 3 sets of 10, well, 2 sets of 10. Do 10 at 60%, 10 at 60%, and then your last set, you wanna crank out as many as you can. If you remember that first week in August, if you were here, we tried to crank out as many as we could, okay? And so most people got somewhere around 15 that last set. What we're trying to do, we're hoping that you have built that up and you will have more reps this time. So if you cranked out 15, we're hoping that you have the same weight, and this time you're gonna crank out 18 or 20 is what we're hoping for. So you're not trying to cram on as much weight as possible. Keep it at 60%. So 3 sets. In between each set, we have a dumbbell pullover. So you turn around on your bench. I'm just gonna grab the paper towels because I had a dumbbell, but then I told them to put it away, my bad. So make sure when you're holding your dumbbell, I'm holding it like a diamond over my head. And for the pullover, my arms are straight when I go back and straight. We are doing skull crushers later on in the workout. Remember, skull crushers are where we bend our elbows. For these pullovers, what you're doing here, you are keeping your arms straight and long, okay? So that's sets of 10. So bench press 10, then dumbbell pullover 10. We do that 3 times, okay? So if you are bench pressing, you may get set up. If you are up front, we are going to do a lateral lunge with a kettlebell clean. So what that looks like is the lunges are where we step out to the sides. So we start low, we step out, and then we bring it up to clean. Step out to the side and clean. We do 10 each side, so 10 one way, then we go 10 the opposite direction. And then when we finish 10 each, then we do 10 jump squats with a pause. So you're coming up, pause for a moment. We're looking for stability in the ankles and the knees. So really pause, jump and then hold again. You have 20 of those. So 10 lunges each, 20 jump squats. We do 3 sets. Sound like a plan? All right, if you want to get set up at home, Rachel, you cool? We're going to do dumbbell floor presses. Yeah. Or you could do them on the ball if you'd like. But for anybody who's watching the replay, it's very similar to what they're doing on the bench. Same thing with those dumbbells. Make sure that they're at a 45-degree angle. So not all the way out to the sides, not directly next to your body, but out at a slight angle. Press them straight up. If you have a lighter weight, like I've got 10-pound dumbbells, instead of doing sets of 10, you can crank out more. So you can do like sets of 15 or sets of 20 if you have a much lighter weight. Same thing with the dumbbell pullover. Doesn't matter if you have a bench or not. Holding it like a diamond, holding my dumbbell like a diamond in my hands, pulling from my forehead, going straight back and straight up, and trying to keep those arms straight, okay? We will do skull crushers a little later where we bend our elbows. That's not for this move. For this one, just straight back and up. Sound like a plan? All right. Thank you, Rachel. You're awesome. I'm going to give them about 1 more minute to finish setting up in here, and then we will get started. All right. Yep. And when you make sure when you're stepping out, bring it up after you step out. I always do it the wrong way. It's step out first, then clean it up as you're stepping in. Step out and then clean it. I always do the wrong. I don't know why. Yes. My shoulders bothered me for a day. Yeah. That surprised me. Yes. I don't know why that bothered me. Yeah. And I didn't come yesterday. Ah. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. It's a small movement. Really, we didn't have to be in the side plank to do it. We could have just stood. He just wanted to, yeah. Yeah, but it was small. Yes. Everybody was saying, I know. Yes, a lot of people said that. Yeah. All right, I'm going to put 10 minutes on the clock. No, I'm not going to put 10 minutes on the clock. I'm going to have that kind of day with technology, huh? Oh, good. My kids are remote learning this morning, so. 10 minutes are on the clock. There we are. All right. So 3 sets, no matter what you're doing, whether you are bench pressing or you are doing lateral lunges. All right. Good. Perfect. Good. Good form, Jess. Good, Christina. Good. Do you want me to lower these a little bit?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So here. Yeah. Go down 1 or 2.
Whatever you think. I don't know.
I'll go down 2. Thanks. All right. Good. That's it. Yep. Good form, Olivia. Good. Stephanie and Laura both did that too. They kept their hips up. Work, go work.
So the bench press setup,
Yes.
I used to have a lot more trouble with my shoulder.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I do, when I was taught, when I lay here, I put my hands up, pull my shoulder blades together, and then arch my back.
Yes.
So this position right here completely takes my shoulders like out of it.
Okay.
So if you have anybody that has shoulder problems,
Yes.
I mean, it looks a little bit
No,
exaggerated.
but that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to have shoulders and hips down, and you can. I was always taught not to arch your back, and now what they're saying is you can because you need that.
Well, and I push, my heels are planted really hard. I push through my heels, and I can fully don't do anything with my shoulders.
So that's an issue too. I'm shorter, and these benches are hard for me. I can't push my heels down. I have to use the end of the bench. What I should do is just take a plate. That's good.
And that's actually what the what they say is put plates in there if your feet can't reach. Yep. You have to kind of think about it, but I really push through my heels too.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Which. It'll work. Let's go, Jess. Good form, Mike. Looks good. Good job, Ricky. Good job, Angie. Angie, you got a nice weight on there. Good work, good work. We're about 3 minutes, 30 seconds in. It's about a third of the way through, so you should definitely be finishing up round 1, moving into round 2. I see you there, Rachel. Single arm presses. Good stuff. You're going to have the strongest baby boy we know. Looks good. Good work, good work. We have less than 90 seconds, so we're finishing up all 3 rounds. If you are in here, as you finish up, if you don't mind wiping down your equipment, because we will be switching places. If you are at home, you're finishing up that floor press and dumbbell pullover. I'm going to switch the slide for you so you know what's coming up next. Good morning, Dolly. Oh, nope. Morning. Sorry. I was making the rounds of the room, but normally it pops up when a new person comes on, and there's like this little box, and I did not see that, so I'm sorry. All right, we are just finishing up our 10 minutes of the presses and the pullovers. Good. So if you are finishing up bench press, make sure you wipe down your equipment, and then you can move up to one of the front boxes. If you were in the front and you were doing those kettlebell cleans, you are now in the back end ready for bench press. All right. So if you are in the back and you are now bench pressing, make sure 3 rounds. First set, 10, and then 10 dumbbell pullovers. Second set, 10, 10 dumbbell pullovers. Third set, crank out as many as you can, and then 10 pullovers, okay? If you are up front, some of the people just started like worrying about bench press. So real quick, this is for anybody who's up front or the people at home, because I didn't really explain it to them either. We're doing a lateral lunge with a clean. So we're stepping out to the side, then bring it up. Out to the side and up. We have 10 on one side, and then we have 10 on the other. Make sure your toes point forward. Use that outside leg to push off, and then bring that kettlebell right up into the clean position. You have 10 each side, and then you do 20 pause jump squats. So my weight's low, I jump, and then I pause at the bottom, working on stability of the ankles and the knees. So jumping as high as you can, pause. We do 20 of those. If the weight is bothering you, by all means, just regular jump squats are fine. And if even that's bothering you, then air squats, okay? So 10 each side, 20 jump squats. We do 3 rounds of that total, okay? Thank you for always letting me use your box. All right. I'm going to put 10 more minutes on that clock, and you can get started. Can't reach anything. Oh. All right, so when you are ready, 3 rounds again, 3 sets. So at home, you're working on that lateral lunge with a kettlebell clean like Christina is doing. Good. And make sure you're stepping out and then bringing it up into that clean position. Good. And it is 10 each side. So time check, we're about 3 minutes, 30 seconds in. So we should be done with round one, working on round two currently. Good job, Rachel. I see you. Those lunges and cleans. Good work. Good job, Dolly. Looks good. Look at those squats. We are at 3 minutes, so time check, 3 minutes left. We should be on round three if you are not already there. All right, time check again, right about 90 seconds left. So as you finish up round 3, if you are here in the gym, if you don't mind wiping down your equipment, putting it back. At home, you have about 90 seconds. It looks good. Good job. I just keep walking in on you on those lunges and cleans, Rachel. Sorry. How you feeling, Dolly? Good work. Since you already know what you're doing, I'm going to switch the screen for you so you know what's coming next. No worries, Dolly. I'm sorry it took me a little while to get to the screen for you. Like I said, it didn't pop up, which usually it does. Okay. All right, so as you finish up, if you can wipe down your equipment, you still have about 30 seconds. There's no rush. All right, as you're finishing putting away the equipment you used, I will start to explain this next part. Again, we're working for 10 minutes straight, okay? It is an arm pump. I will say most people in the last class got through about 3 rounds. Some were working on their 4th round. So 3 moves. First one, you have dumbbells. We're doing alternating dumbbell curls, okay? It's a total of 20, so it's 10 each side. All right. After that, we're going to move into tricep, the skull crushers. You have 2 options. Same dumbbells, hold them together, and you're going to bend just at the elbows, bring them right above your forehead and straight up. Okay. The difference between these and the pullovers, the arms were straight. Here, just hinge at the elbows. Nothing else moves but your forearms. If your 2 options are, you can use 2 dumbbells and squeeze them together, because you want to focus on keeping your elbows pointed up at the ceiling. If you start to separate them, what happens is your elbows start to sneak out to the sides as you're doing it, and then you start to use biceps. Your biceps will be plenty tired from curls. So make sure you focus that weight on the triceps. You can use 2 weights, or you can use 1, a heavier one. Hold on the ends and bring it back to your forehead. We have 20 skull crushers, not 10, 20. So keep that in mind, because that's a lot of skull crushers in a row. And then the last thing is a bear crawl walkout. We have 10. That bear crawl walkout, we hunch low, walk it on out to a tall plank, walk it back in, and then stand. You don't have to stand in between rounds, okay? You could stay low, but I'll be honest, if you don't stand up, that lactic acid is going to build up in your legs. So it's actually easier. It takes a little longer. It's easier to go all the way out, all the way in, and stand. And we have 10 bear crawl walkouts, okay? Go through those 3 moves as many times as you can. All right, so keep in mind what kind of weights you like. I have 2 10-pound dumbbells up here if you want to use them. Purposely grab small weights for Silas, because I think it's funny if he has to demonstrate with 10-pound dumbbells. Just thought that'd be funny for him. How are we feeling at home? Are we good? You are ready to go. All right. How are we doing in here? Just about ready. All right. Okay. I'm going to put 10 minutes on the clock. This is the last working piece until the end. We got 10 seconds. All right, starting with alternating bicep curls in 2, 1, and go. So 10 each side. Keep those elbows anchored into your sides. Just moving the forearms. Good. 10 each, so a total of 20. Then we get down on the floor for skull crushers. Good work, good work. Looks good at home too. Yeah. I'll always get bigger weights. That's fair. Good work. After the 20 skull crushers, we move into the bear crawl walkouts, 10 of them. Walking all the way out to a tall plank and then coming back in. Looks good at home. Looks good. Keep going. Keep going. Good work on those bear crawl walkouts. Keeping that core drawn in and braced. Elbows in tight for those bicep curls. Time check. We're about a third of the way through, a little more than a third of the way. Keep going. Keep going. Good job, Carrie. You are at the halfway point. Halfway point. Keep pushing. Most people are finishing up round 2, moving into round 3. It looks good. I see those tricep overheads. Rachel, looks good. Good job on those bear crawl walkouts, Dolly. Keep going, keep going. Yes, woo! Hang in, hang in. You are about 2/3 of the way done. Keep pushing, keep pumping. We've got this, we've got this. Keep going, keep going. Hang in there, hang in there. You are at the 2-minute mark. You have worked for 8 minutes. Do not stop here. Keep going, keep going. We can do this. We are almost there. Hang in, hang in. You have 1 minute left. One more. We are almost there, almost there. Do not stop. Do not stop. We have 30 seconds left. 30 seconds. Keep moving for the 30 seconds. This is it. We are almost there. Three, two, one, and rest. We're going to go right into our stretch. We have an overhead tricep stretch. So I am going to start the clock. We are not stretching for 10 minutes. I just need a timer to give me how much time we have. All right. So pull one arm overhead. You can sit, you can stand, whatever you would prefer. It's up to you. So overhead tricep stretch. That was good work today. That arm pump was really difficult. Last 3 minutes, right? About 10 more seconds on this arm. We're going to switch arms. That was good work today. We have about 10 more seconds on this arm. We take that same arm, we're going to stretch it across for a shoulder stretch. Ten more seconds on this side. And we're going to switch sides. About 10 more seconds. All right, thank you very much for joining me this morning. That was a good workout. If you are in here, if you do not mind wiping down your equipment, thank you for joining us at home. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. I will be here tomorrow and Friday. Woohoo! Cool. All right.